video is sponsored by SKILLSHARE. So you've decluttered, now what? In today's video, I'll be sharing 7 things you can incorporate into your life after you have completed your decluttering or minimizing. Hello and welcome to Abundantly Minimal. My name is Sarah and I'm thrilled you're joining me for today's video. We're going to be looking at different growth opportunities and ideas of activities and meaningful parts of life to add back into your schedule and back into your life after you have finished decluttering, or at least feel very satisfied with your decluttering. Of course, we want to make sure that we give ourselves time to really just enjoy our decluttered space, as well as the many benefits of minimalism. But it's very common for us to want to elevate our lives in other ways after we have done this. And in some cases, in the process of collecting too much stuff, we may have neglected certain areas of life that we definitely want to celebrate now. So I'm going to be sharing those in today's video. Idea number 1 is to focus on prevention. You did such a good job removing the excess from your space, but we also have to make sure we are preventative and don't bring in too much or items that are no longer valuable to us. It would be such a shame to have gone through all the work of decluttering and simplifying your life only to have to do it again and again because you did not adjust your habits of what comes into your space. Maybe this includes being more mindful when you're shopping, as well as intentional about everything that's coming through that door and entering your space. Prevention also has countless other benefits as well, such as financial and environmental benefits. Idea number 2 is to incorporate healthy habits. Sometimes we neglect our self-care and maybe feel like self-care is a special treat for certain days, but in an ideal world, self-care would be every day, and you would take the time to do what is going to feel good for you, be good for your health. And so what types of healthy habits could you incorporate now that you've simplified your life? At this point, are you more able to eat a healthier diet with less processed ingredients? Are you able to incorporate more time outdoors? Maybe sleeping better, maybe drinking more water, taking the time to journal. These are all activities that are really meaningful, but sometimes get cut when we're in a more hectic phase of life. Once you've decluttered your space, definitely try to incorporate some of these healthy habits if you haven't already. The next idea to try out after you have decluttered your space is to try something new. We often can get really in a routine and not necessarily challenge ourselves to go out of our comfort zone. Is there a particular activity you've wanted to do but haven't? Now is the time to stop neglecting it and give it a shot. Maybe it's a fun outing that you want to do. Maybe it's trying out a certain place or experience in your area. Maybe it even involves a little bit of travel. Take the time to explore and you'll likely grow as a person. Idea number 4 is to learn a new skill. These skills can be very meaningful in a variety of ways. We can apply them to jobs, we can do them just for fun or to enrich us as a person. And I think it's one of the best ways that we grow. And because of this, I'm really grateful to be partnering once again with SKILLSHARE. I really enjoy working with them, and I think there's an amazing offering of courses available on the site. If you haven't heard of SKILLSHARE before, it's an online learning community for creators with more than 25,000 classes in design, business, and really so much more. The premium membership gives you unlimited access to any course on the site, so you can really join the classes and communities that are right for you and your goals. It's very affordable. The annual subscription costs less than $10 a month, and there's already over 7 million creators who are learning with SKILLSHARE. It's a great way, no matter what your interests are, to be able to satisfy your curiosities, develop your creative skills, and again, even connect to career skills. And this part has been especially helpful to me as this is how I have chosen to use SKILLSHARE. If this sounds like a good fit for you, the first 500 of my subscribers to use the link in the description field of this video will get a 2-month free trial. So whatever the skill is that would benefit you, whether it's getting better at cooking, certain craft skills, business skills, design skills, there's really so many options out there, and it's a way that you can grow as a person and continue to enrich your life. Idea number 5 is to live more responsibly, and specifically through the use of different sustainable and ethical initiatives that you can support. After we've had the chance to simplify our space, taking a more informed look at either our purchases or our habits, the way we're living our life, and connecting it to either a social or environmental lens can help us better understand our role as global citizens, and it gives us a chance to live a more sustainable and ethical life. It's going to look different for different people, but taking the time to educate yourself and make more informed choices going forward is going to lead to very positive societal change in the long run. Idea number 6 is to give back. Before we were simplifying our lives, we might have viewed possessions as a sense of security or an activity, just something that we held close to us. But after we realized that the possessions don't actually matter as much, we might be seeking meaning elsewhere, and giving back is a really meaningful way to live one's life. Whether that is volunteering in your area, if you're able to contribute financially to different charities and organizations that are doing good, or even if it goes back to educating yourself more about the issue and applying some of those choices to your own life, this can be a really positive way to have a meaningful life. And I think if we really break it down, what's the point of amassing so much wealth or possessions or even having tons of extra time if you're not able to share it with others? If there are particular issues that matter a lot to you, I encourage you to look for ways that you can give back to those particular causes and help support others on whatever that path looks like. And lastly, idea number 7 is to connect with others. Often when we have a lot of stuff, it makes us feel busy. It's a hectic life. It might feel chaotic, like we're jumping between different tasks. Of course, the busyness and the chaos can still manifest itself when there's not a lot of stuff and there's just a lot of schedule commitments. But connecting with others is something that across the board helps us feel really good. Creating meaningful experiences with others, I think, is something that people typically don't regret doing. If you have any relationships that you've neglected or really just don't spend as much time with that person or talking to that person as you wish, this would be a great chance to shift this around. Whether it's spending extra quality time with your family or loved ones where you are actually in the moment with them, whether you're creating a new experience with a friend or a loved one, whatever the case, I think our interaction with other people is one of the most meaningful parts of life. So definitely don't put that off. That wraps up my 7 ideas about ways you can go beyond the clutter and add meaning back in after you've simplified your life. But I know you'll also enjoy a couple of my videos over here. And if you haven't already done so, definitely subscribe to the channel up here for videos on how you can live your best life with less. We'll see you soon. Bye.